Welcome back to News Around, the channel where we peel back the layers of celebrity stories and explore the truths that often remain hidden behind red carpets and flashing cameras. Before we dive into today's extraordinary revelation, don't forget to subscribe, tap the join button to support our work, and leave a like to help this story reach more viewers. Now let's step into a confession that shattered years of speculation and reshaped the narrative surrounding one of Turkey's most private actors. There are moments in the entertainment world that reshape the way people see a familiar face, moments when a public figure lifts the curtain and allows the world to glimpse a chapter of their life they once guarded fiercely. Today, that moment belonged to Cenk Torun, an actor celebrated for his calm persona and a man known for building walls around his private world. Yet in a quiet room filled with a tension that could be felt in the air, he opened a door no one expected him to touch. He began with a single sentence, soft-spoken, measured, but heavy enough to echo across social media within minutes. "Mahasine Merabit and I got married 5 years ago, but..." The unfinished phrase lingered like a spark held over dry grass, and instantly the online world ignited. That abrupt pause hinted at a story far larger than gossip columns and whispered rumors. It was the truth finally spoken by the one person who had lived through it. As he continued, Cenk's tone carried the calm of someone who had spent years preparing for the moment he would finally let these words exist outside his own memory. He described a relationship forged quietly, strengthened honestly, and challenged relentlessly. Their bond had not been built in the spotlight, no extravagant declarations, no orchestrated photo shoots. Instead, it grew between cramped filming schedules, across different countries, inside stolen pockets of stillness that only two overworked actors could understand. He acknowledged the complexities without dramatizing them. The constant juggling of demanding roles, long filming days, unfamiliar cities, and the endless race to maintain a public image had placed invisible but undeniable strain on their lives. "We tried to protect what was ours," he said in a voice almost gentle. But with every project, every move, every moment apart, it became harder to hold everything together. Fans listening to his words realized instantly that this was not a story of betrayal or conflict. It was a story of timing, exhaustion, and the silent erosion that comes when life pushes faster than love can keep up. Before we continue, a quick reminder from your friends at News Around. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more exclusive deep dives like this. And if you'd love to see these stories grow, consider supporting us by pressing the join button. Your support keeps News Around thriving. Returning to his revelation, Cenk explained that the marriage had not been hidden out of shame or fear. Instead, it had been a conscious choice, a decision to build something real without letting public opinion dictate its shape. He emphasized that in a world where every gesture can be misinterpreted, and every shared photo can spark a wildfire of assumptions, they chose silence as their sanctuary. "We knew what exposure can do to something delicate," he said. "So we created a small world of our own." He spoke of the early days, days filled with laughter whispered over quick dinners, quiet mornings before flights, notes scribbled on scraps of paper and tucked into luggage. These were not the grand gestures the internet idolizes, but the tender moments that make two people feel like the entire world has paused for them. And yet, even those pockets of peace couldn't fully shield them from reality. The demands of their careers grew, and the distance that began as a temporary inconvenience slowly turned into a constant presence. Still, Cenk made sure to underline one essential truth: their story didn't crumble in anger. There were no shouting matches, no final blowout. Instead, there was an understanding, a recognition that sometimes love itself remains intact even when life no longer allows it to thrive. "We parted with care," he said. And that matters more than the ending itself. Fans flooded online platforms with waves of emotion. Shock collided with empathy. Comments poured in from people saying they had suspected something, others expressing disbelief that such a major milestone had remained hidden for so long, and many more praising the maturity reflected in his words. Threads resurfaced old photos of the two, analyzing moments that now seemed to carry new meaning. Some wondered aloud, what would Mahaseen say? Would she echo the same calm dignity? Would she share her perspective? Others insisted that the quiet between them was proof of mutual respect. Journalists scrambled for responses, building anticipation around Mahaseen's next move. But she remained silent, a silence that was neither denial nor avoidance, but a calm pause that allowed his confession to settle before she added her own voice. As the interview progressed, Cenk shifted from the ending to the beginning. He described how their friendship had evolved slowly into something deeper, something almost inevitable. He spoke with the clarity of someone revisiting a memory that brought both warmth and ache. They had connected through shared exhaustion, shared ambition, and shared understanding of the pressures of their industry. We didn't need the world to validate what we had, he explained. We only needed each other. There was an unmistakable softness when he repeated the line that had opened this emotional flood. We tied the knot 5 years ago, but, this time, the phrase came with resolution. The years had given him space to breathe, to understand, and to finally share the truth without fear that the world would twist it. Time has passed, he said. And with it, the urgency to keep everything locked inside faded. He clarified that revealing this chapter wasn't about stirring headlines. It wasn't a plea for sympathy or an attempt to rewrite the past. It was simply honesty that had waited 5 years to come into the light. He recounted the small joys that had carried them, shared coffees at sunrise, inside jokes whispered between takes, the comfort of knowing someone understood the chaos without needing an explanation. Even after their marriage ended, he insisted that those memories remained cherished. Love doesn't vanish because life changes, he said softly. Some connections continue in quieter forms. When asked whether he regretted keeping the relationship private, he shook his head gently. No. We protected something fragile. And we protected it well. He hinted that both he and Mahaseen had found peace, and that peace allowed him to finally speak openly. As reactions exploded online, the tone gradually shifted from shock to admiration. Viewers appreciated the sincerity of his storytelling, the absence of sensationalism, and the respect he extended toward his former partner. Across social platforms, comments began to echo the same sentiment. Some stories become more powerful not because they end dramatically, but because they are lived with dignity. Many even shared their own experiences of trying to maintain love amid overwhelming responsibilities, turning his confession into a broader conversation about modern relationships. Meanwhile, speculation grew about Mahaseen's perspective. Insider circles hinted that she was likely to respond when the moment felt right, but that her answer would mirror the same grace that Cenk had shown. Until then, her silence held weight, not emptiness. What do you think about Cenk Torun's revelation? Do you believe celebrities should hide their relationships to protect them, or share them openly with their fans? And which Turkish celebrity would you like us to cover next? Let us know in the comments. Your thoughts guide our next stories. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Newsaround, tap join to support our growing community, like the video, and share it with someone who loves celebrity stories told with heart. This has been another deep dive brought to you by Newsaround, where every story finds its voice.